Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Bugsax. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I've recorded this like the beginning of this video like 50 times, and I don't really know a way to like introduce things, so I think I'm just gonna like start talking. Yeah, basically today's story. The reason I made this channel is because I have like a lot of dumbass stories from high school and college that I feel like people would like to hear, that they would be entertained by, or maybe at least if they're not entertaining or funny, they can serve as like a word of caution to anyone watching the video not to try this at home. So yeah, let me preface with that. Do not try anything you hear in this video at home, and hopefully some of the advice that I give, you can take it home and not make the same stupid mistakes that I usually make. So anyway, today's story is about really bad edibles, So, anyone who's gotten high off edibles has had a wide range of experiences. Some people just kind of chill, have a good time. Some people lose their fucking minds and freak out. There's a little bit of nuance to it, There's a lot of different kinds. So that's kind of what I'm talking about today. So for a little backstory, this is when we took Thc-P edibles. And if you don't know what Thc-P is, basically it's like a lab variant of, so tetrahydrocannabinol, sorry. THC is weed, right? It usually comes in Delta 9 form, which is just like what the nerd scientists call it, I guess. Basically, I live in a state where marijuana, regular THC, Delta 9 is illegal to smoke. So people make ways to get around it. So you have your Delta 8, which is a variant, Delta 10, Delta 11, and then you have your THC-P, THC-A. I think there may be more, THC-V possibly. There's a lot of different kind of variants. Some are natural, some naturally occur in the plant, some are lab-produced variants. I don't really know a ton about it, but all I know is that the kind of places you get this stuff from gas stations, from smoke shops, like in my state, because you can't sell weed, so they sell Delta 8, THC-P, THC-A, whatever. They sell it at these gas stations, smoke shops, and it looks really legit. It's got fancy packaging. It looks great. It looks better than packaging from like California even, where there's actual real weed that will really get you high and not make you feel weird. Sometimes they even have nicer packaging than that, but what you got to look at is lab reports. So when you're getting weed, or even like they have like mushroom gummies and stuff at like gas stations and smoke shops now, always check. There'll be a QR code on there. Hopefully there'll be a website, something where you can go and look at the lab reports. But the problem is that most of these products that are in these gas station things, like they may say like FDA approved or something, they're usually not though. Usually they don't have a verified third-party lab report. And if they do, they are actually like super easy to falsify for some reason. But if you know what you're doing, you can look at them and like kind of tell if they're legit or not. But if you don't want to like mess around with that, if you don't want to learn a bunch of new skills to be able to read complicated ass lab reports on your weed, just get real weed. Don't bother going to the gas station or something. Find somebody you know. I'm sure either somebody you know or somebody you know knows somebody that can get you, I would just stay away from it, period. Drugs are bad, right? Don't try any of this at home. But if you're going to do it legit. Do it with real weed. And that's kind of like the moral of the story, I guess. So anyway, let's get it started then. So I'm not doing this with a script, by the way, if you couldn't tell. I'm kind of rambling. I don't really feel like writing a script. I feel like it would just sound like robotic. I like to just like tell stories and just ramble. If it goes off in a tangent, like too bad. Maybe it's a good tangent. Maybe it's entertaining. So I don't know. I feel like this video would probably be longer than the average video just because I'm taking more time to explain like myself and like how the videos will go. I don't think the videos are going to have any kind of central theme. Like I'm not going to be like a goblin, like where I only make videos about drugs. I'm going to do all kinds of stuff, but we'll just kind of see when we get there. This is kind of the first idea that came to mind. Like I have a funny drug story, I'm going to tell it. So anyway, so at this point, I'd been sober, like clean from weed for 2 or 3 months. I was on like a pretty long tolerance break, and my friend texts and he's like, "Hey, do you want to get high? Like I have edibles." And I was like, "Sure." I didn't really have any tests that week. Like things were kind of slowing down. It was a good time. So I was like, "Yeah, sure." So he comes over, another one of my friends come over. We'll call them, Jack and Jim. Okay. So Jack brings in the edibles, right? And they have THC-P on the top. And so all that stuff that I just told you about, the lab reports and all that, like I knew all of that before this. I knew I've been known that for a couple years, but I was like, fuck it. I'm a stupid college kid. I'm gonna get high, whatever. It couldn't hurt. Right. And after all, the whole container was only 100 milligrams, which for context, like I've done probably, I think I did 600 milligrams as my most of like real THC edibles, which is like pretty crazy to think about. But I did do that. So I was like, fine, I'll just take 30. Like it'll just be a calm high. Like maybe we can just smoke later and, you know, it'll be better, right? So we take them. We leave my dorm and then we go to the dining hall. We're eating dinner. Like we're all pretty geeked, you know, like nothing crazy. One of the guys, I think maybe Jim, was like, yeah, you know, like I'm probably not going to smoke. I think I'm high enough. And then I was like, I was still wanting to smoke. So was Jack. Yeah, I'm just trying to think of the made up names I remember. And then my other friend, let's call him Greg. So Jack, Jim, and Greg. So Greg was there, but Greg doesn't smoke weed. So Greg was almost like a trip sitter. Like he drove us to the dining hall, drove us back. So anyway, we go to the dining hall, we come back. We're by this point, we're all geeks. So we're all like, nah, we're not smoking. So we go back into my dorm room. The guy who brought them, Jack, he goes to the bathroom and we have like communal bathrooms, right? So there's like these stalls that you can close the door and lock them. And it's like a full room and just a toilet. So he goes into one of those stalls at about 10 p.m. And then Jim, he goes home. So it's just me and Greg in my dorm room. So Greg's not high. I'm high off my ass. I'm talking my ass off. So, and every now and then we go to the bathroom to check on Jack. He's still in the stall. So hours go by. We're just hanging out. Greg finally, he's like, okay, I'm going to go home. His dorm is down the road. So he walks back. And at this point, it's probably 3:30 in the morning. And I go to the bathroom. Jack is still in the stall. I don't know if he's passed out or not. I knock on the door. I'm like, hey, you good? He's like, yeah, just give me like 5 more minutes. It's already been 5 hours. So, you know, I just go to bed. I think I'm just going to wake up. Maybe I'll be a little like loopy in the morning, whatever. So I wake up, my first class is at noon, which is like pretty thankful, but I wake up and my friends are calling me. They're like, why aren't you in class? And I realize, holy shit, it's like 1 o'clock. I slept in. So I get up and like my dad calls me and my dad is like just wanting to talk to me. And I answer the phone, I'm like, and then I like freak out. I'm like, what the fuck is happening? I can't talk. And then he's like, are you okay? And I'm like, and I'm like, what the fuck is happening? I'm slurring my words. And so they start freaking out. They think I'm either drunk in the middle of the day, which is not good, or like, you know, having a stroke or some shit. So I continue going on throughout my day. Eventually I just was like, fuck, I'm just going to go to sleep. So I just went back and went to sleep. So then I hear my friends' stories, right? So Jim, he's the one who went back, right? He went back before, you know, me and Greg or me and Jack went to the bathroom. Like before all that, he just went back to his dorm immediately after the dining hall. So he said he went to bed about, you know, 11 o'clock, nothing too bad. And he woke up at 8 in the morning and he was like, wow, I feel great. Like I only woke up at 8 in the morning. Like I'm good. Right. And then he looks at the clock and it's Thursday at 8 in the morning. We took these on a Tuesday night. So his first thought is, holy shit, I slept through an entire day. That's not good. And then he asked his roommate and his roommate is like, oh no, dude, you were awake yesterday. And he's like, what? He was like, yeah, you got up, you cleaned your room, went to class, went to the gym, and all that. He's like, and he didn't have a single recollection of it. Jack, he was in the bathroom until 4 in the morning, gets up, walks down to the lobby of my dorm so he can leave and go to his dorm. And he passes out in the middle of the lobby. And he's also the rush chair for our fraternity. So the next day is a rush event. He's at the bar tab and he's like a zombie. Like he can't even think. And so all this happens. And so I'm like, damn, like nothing really happened to me. I think I was like good. And so I asked my friend, I'm like, hey, was I with you the other day? And he was like, yeah, you were with me all day. And I was like, what? Because I don't remember seeing him at all. But apparently after I went to my first class, I thought I just went back and went to sleep. Apparently I went to my first class, went to my second class, went to my third class, and went to my fourth class. I was with my friend the whole day. We played pool, ate lunch with his girlfriend, did all this stuff. And I don't remember a single bit of it. Yeah, so pretty crazy story there. Don't mess around with the Thc-P. I don't know what happened, but then my roommate said that I was like up in the middle of the night, like sitting up in my bed talking to myself. And it's like, this is the crazy stuff that happens when you fuck around with too much weed, not the right kind of weed. You're not in the right headspace for weed. So I guess that's kind of like the theme of this video is like, don't mess around with stuff that you don't know exactly what it is, right? If you don't know, if you don't know exactly what you're putting in your body, and know as much as you can about it, then just don't mess with it. Don't mess with it. I try to make sure every time, you know, I try like a new drug or whatever, that I know as much as possible about it. And if there's even, you know, a chance that things can go like horrifically wrong, then I won't fuck around with it. And I know that now. I don't always do that, which is a problem. You should always do that. So that's the moral of the story. I guess the second moral of the story is don't even do Thc-P. It's fucking retarded. It is so bad. It is so bad. I have no idea why. But this girl I'm seeing, like her friend took Thc-P edibles and ended up in the hospital because of like how freaking high she was. And like I said, I only took 30 milligrams. If he had brought more of that stuff, I would have taken 100, 200 easily and probably lost my mind. So just be careful out there. Like, I don't even know why they sell that stuff. And it's funny because it was 100 milligram, right? 10. So 3 of us took it, 3 each. I still have 1 that's sitting in my dorm on my bedroom counter. And I can almost keep there as like a reminder of like, yo, this is bad, bro. I may like, I don't know, since it's only 10, I may find a day where I just have nothing to do. I might just take it and sit in my dorm and like see what happens, see if the same kind of thing happens or if maybe it was like a fluke. But it happened to all 3 of us, so I assume it's because of that. Yeah, so that's about it for the story. Like I said, this video is a little longer just because like I'm explaining stuff. I guess I can do that more, you know. So in the background, I guess it's like Call of Duty Black Ops 3 playing. I probably just picked like a random video. I just take videos of my games because I've been wanting to do this YouTube thing like for a while. Like I've always wanted a YouTube channel. I had one when I was a kid, like when I was little. That like I thought it was doing pretty well. I think I had like 500 subscribers at one point, but I was really obsessed with it, dude. I would make like Minecraft videos every day, make vlogs all the time. Like it was a lot of fun. So I thought I'd bring that back. You know, like when I'm bored, I can just do something like this. It's not that hard. I just go into my Pro Tools and record a little audio file, then put some gameplay over it. So that's why the gameplay is not that good. I'm not looking for like clips or anything. And even if they were good, like don't glaze because it's probably like me playing against bots because I'm playing Black Ops 3. It's like a 13-year-old game. 13, wait. Yeah, damn. It's a 13-year-old game. That is crazy. It came out in 2013. Yeah, anyway, I'm just rambling on now. I think I'm going to put my Twitch in the description. I like to stream on there sometimes. Like I said, I played this game, Black Ops 3. I also play like Geometry Dash a lot. I really like Geometry Dash. I'm not very good at it. It has a really high skill ceiling, but I'm trying to get better, beat a few demons, you know. That's how it is. So if you're a fan of that, you know, stay tuned. Then all my videos are not going to be like drug videos. Like I'm not trying to be like a goblin YouTube channel or talk about drugs all the time. I've got a lot of stories that don't involve drugs. I've got like topics I want to cover that don't have anything to do with drugs, you know, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, just stay tuned. Thank y'all for watching. I hope y'all come back for the next one. If there will be one, don't know when it'll be. Don't want to promise anything, but yeah. So everyone have a good day. It's going to be a beautiful day, you know, just hang in there. Don't do THC edibles. All right, Bucksex out.